So here is my DIY slot mortiser. This plan comes from a Russian guy, and can't remember his name. I'll post a link in the video, that'll make it easier. He does do the plans in English. He translates everything, which is actually really good considering you use Google. It actually came out pretty good. But this slot mortiser will accept a Bosch Colt router, although I'm pretty sure it'll accept the Porter cable size too, or Porter cable in the same size too. I haven't checked it, but I have a Bosch that'll fit right into this. I love this plan. As soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to make it. I've used the domino joiner, the Festool. I've used it before. That was in a professional shop where you can afford it. Just put it down, but it's really expensive. I don't have the money or the justification. I don't do mortars and tenons enough to justify it. If I'm doing doors, they're coping stick. They're so much easier that way. But that's not to say where I don't get a table or something that somebody wants to do, and I don't want to turn it down because it'll take me too long to do it on the drill press. So I was looking for something like this. Somebody on our user group had posted it, and I ended up going and making it. This guy made everything by hand. Really ingenious guy, really smart guy. Made all these jigs to make all these cuts and these slots and whatnot. But I did nest this and do this on my Joe CNC router for almost all the parts. These small parts like here that I ended up doing at solid, I just make these by hand. And some of the smaller parts, like these little braces, I make them by hand because there's no reason to cut those on the CNC machine. These small strips, just use scrap, drill the holes. It's all screwed together. It's very strong. I thought it was a little bit hokey at first doing this thing out of wood after knowing what a domino feels like. But then I remembered that the domino joiner that I wanted is over $1,000, and this thing's going to cost me like probably 10 bucks worth of screws and probably like $5 worth of nice plywood. And I'll finish this after, but you can see the action on this. Sorry, it's hard to weigh this thing down, but it's real nice. And I think I'm going to change these to knobs. I'm going to change these to fire-starved knobs. I hate wing nuts. I did it because I wasn't thinking at the time. I just wanted to get something that he did. It's kind of just matching his plan anyways. I'm also going to put some of that UVA MH tape here, that real thin stuff. It should make this a little bit more slick. It's too much friction with the wood on wood, not like Phil in Love. But he had a real good solution for these in putting a plastic, he used the metal, but I used the plastic PVC bushing, and it helps that 3/8 bolt. On his plan, everything is metric, which is fine. I love metric. It's so much easier. But the only thing I did change was these, I think they were M8 bolts. I changed them to 3/8 just because I couldn't get carriage bolts in that size without going to a full pack quantity, and I had them already. So I just went to 3/8 and opened up those holes more. But it should work out pretty good. I got the other parts here, still assembling it. Some of the aluminum parts I got to cut down for the slot reference. Again, another part made this by hand out of 3/4 inch ply. Don't need to make this on the Joe's router, although I could have. It's just fun because I wanted to add some radiuses and whatnot. I just didn't feel like drawing it up. I can just sand it myself. So I will post an update on this guy as soon as I get it done and show some slot mortising in action. I'm kind of thrilled to actually have a tool like this and never use my drill press again, and not have to buy a narrow or a hollow chisel mortising machine. I just didn't want to buy one. I just don't have the space in the shop, and I can't justify spending the money on something that I barely use. This is a tool, kind of like a Dremel, that unless you use it, the one time you need to use it, it's a saver. But you can't justify having it every day of the week. So that should be a good deal, and I'll post some progress pictures when it's all said and done. Thanks, guys.